So let's have a look at one of these services, AWS Workspaces. Now, Workspaces, it will stream a Windows desktop to your end users. Now, that is great if you've got an enterprise of hundreds of employees. You can get those new employees up and running quite quickly. Now, this is not a lab, and I encourage you not to do this as a lab. The reason being is that to create a workspace is quite quick and easy, but to clean it up afterwards and making sure that you don't get a bill at the end of the month is not as easy. So probably best if you just sit back and watch me actually do this rather than take the risk of getting a bill at the end of the month. So first off, we go to Services, and then we go to Workspaces, and that will take us in to the Workspace Management Console. And if we've never created a workspace before, we'll get this screen here. So we can click on Getting Started or Get Started Now, and we'll do the quick setup. And we're going to use a standard with Windows 10. And what we've got to do now is that we've got to put some users in. So I'm just going to put myself in, or put someone in as a user. Okay, so that will actually now launch or create a workspace for us. And this user, Joe Blogs, will be able to access that just the same as they would access that on a normal desktop environment. So we'll now click this Launch Workspaces. So we can see now it's now being launched. It's not an instantaneous action. It will take quite some time before this workspace appears. Okay, so after about half an hour, we've got this available. It normally takes about 10 minutes to get to the pending status, and then about another 20 minutes or so to get to the available status. So once it's available, what we can do next is that we can get our user that we've created, and if we created multiple users, they would be listed here, and we can invite that user. So we just click on Invite, and it will send an invitation email with a link. So we click on Send Invite, and that will be sent. And then once that's done, then that account for this desktop environment will be validated. So what we can do now is we can expand this here, and we can go to the client's link. So we go to that, and what we can do from here is that we can download the application that will install on our desktop that will connect to this desktop stream. So we can download it for Windows, Mac, tablet, whatever. But once we've downloaded that, we're going to have an environment that's going to be very similar to a native environment on our desktop. So once you receive that invite email, you'll get a screen like this where you can put your password or set your password there. Once you've done that, click on Update User. And what you can do then is install the Workspaces client, which is what I'm going to do now. And then you'll get a key to actually log into that. Okay, so I've installed Workspaces desktop client, and I've got my email that has my registration code, and all I need to do is put that in there and register. And now I just sign in with my credentials. Okay, so now we have a fully blown Windows desktop environment, Windows 10 environment. So if we go to here and we go to View and we go Show Full Screen, we're going to have something that is identical to a native desktop environment. So I'll just do that now. And there we go. We've got a full-blown Windows desktop. There is nothing to distinguish that from anything else. So we've got all our applications that will be part of that workspace down here. And if we want to get out of that, we just go put the mouse to the top of the screen here, and a little drop down will come. We just go back to View and Exit Full Screen. So now we need to, first off, we need to remove this workspace. So we select the workspace and we select Remove Workspaces and Remove Workspace. So that will take quite a while for that to happen. probably, around about 10, 15 minutes. But even when that workspace has been deleted, the Workspaces application has actually created a simple AD directory for us. And when we delete that workspace, we're still going to be billed for that. So we can see here, note, simple AD and AD connector are made available for you free of cost with Workspaces, Workmail or Workdocs. If there are no workspaces being used for 30 consecutive days, you may be charged for this directory as per, the pricing terms and conditions, blah, blah, blah. So we don't want that to happen. So I'm going to go into it now and delete that all as well. So the first thing I'll do is go into directories. I'll select that and I'll do actions and deregister. Okay, so that is, it's staying registered now, but it'll take some time. Again, nothing happens quick with Workspaces. Okay, so now after 5-10 minutes, it's now no longer registered. Okay, we can see there, no longer registered, but it's still there. We're still going to get billed for it. So if we go to the directory service, so we go to services and then directory services, we will see that it is still there. So that what we need to do now is we need to delete it from here as well. So we can't just directly delete this here because it's still got, if it would have still had that association in here, we wouldn't have been able to delete it, but now we can delete it. So we click on delete and we just need to put the name of it there. So I'm just going to copy that over. Okay, so that status is now deleting. So that has cleaned that all up for us. And that brings us to the end of this hands-on session. Again, it's not a lab. I don't recommend that you actually use this unless you are thinking about using this with your corporation or something like that. So I'll see you in the next one.